Okay, so moving on, it is my pleasure now to introduce the first of two dynamic duos we're going to hear from during this session. So please join me in welcoming Samantha Lewis and Matt Jankowski from CrossCountry Mortgage. So Samantha is a marketing director at CrossCountry Mortgage. She's focused on customer engagement strategies and pairing together cross-functional teams to create exceptional customer experiences at this top 10 retail lender. And Matt Jankowski is focused on website experience and digital strategy and reputation management. And Matt, before that, you spent 4 years at Progressive on my side of the fence in the marketing and strategy group, right? So some fun facts I learned about these two during our prep. So Samantha is a big curling enthusiast, and you're a regional gold medalist as well, I believe. So if anybody has any curling strategy questions, go to see Samantha. And then Matt and I also agree that Costco is the best place on the planet, so find Matt during the session. So thank you for being here. What can you tell us about how CrossCountry Mortgage has responded to the current environment, and are you adjusting your strategies as a result of that?
Well, unlike our last presenter, I will answer the question. We're actually, I guess, fairly unique in that we're planning to be we are market agnostic to a certain extent. All of our plans have nothing to do with rates going up or rates going down, volumes being up or volumes being down. If anything, it's making us accelerate those plans a little bit, just because we have to.
So yeah, just to base on her, it's really important everybody understands the market that we are living in, and that's not changing anytime soon. So our strength is our loan officers and our product. So how can we provide them with more information to be able to build more relationships? Because that is where we go. Our loan officers all operate within our CCM umbrella, but they're all different. They all have their different local market strategies. They all understand their product all differently. So it is really important for us to be able to capture as much data as possible and then to feed it to them and let them act upon it. Everybody understands the creepiness of what is going on and how people are reacting to it, but we are then providing insights to our loan officers to be able to have more common relationships and more conversations that help build trust, because that is where we always intersect on privacy and trust. And our loan officers' model is you're not going to sell. Their job is to educate you on your financial situation. And the best way to take privacy and build trust is to educate and to make sure that a consumer is confident in the decision that they're going to make.
And the bulk of our business comes from a very vast retail network across the country. So they are that local face of CrossCountry in their neighborhood and in their community. And there's a lot that they already do really well with those borrower relationships. So as we've been developing more enterprise level campaigns and strategies, it's been the delicate balance of making sure that we support them at scale, but also making sure that we're not taking over from a corporate perspective and overshadowing what they're already really good at.
So it's funny we say that is the way we're set up is we are corporately driven, but all of our business is retail LOs that essentially run their own business. So when somebody asks, it's what is our job? I view corporate as the marketing agency for all of our loan officers. We are here to support them. We are here to give them the tools and the tricks to help them do it, but we won't be robotic or systematic with the way they do it, because we are not boots on the ground, understanding, talking to real estate agents, running events. We're not feeling out the system. That's where we have a great relationship and communication to understand all of the different markets and all of the different touch points to be able to then give our perspective on what else is working throughout the country. Because while loan officers talk, they are still competition to one another under the same umbrella. So we, from a corporate perspective, can then take the data and the insights, as someone said, the number one metric. If we all had that, that would be great. But loan officers have the ability to talk financially. So when we can able to show ROI on campaigns and what this is driving, and then to show the benefit that if you then input some of these signals that we can see, it can then increase your ROI. Everybody's ears peak up to say, oh, so I can close a little more loans if I can make conversations like this. So it always, when everybody is so busy, it's really important to just have something to open the conversation with all the loan officers we talk to.
And for us, it's a big piece of education. The point of the roundtable earlier of saying, marketing is t-shirts and cups and commercials, that's still the view. And even to folks outside of the marketing space, I tend to introduce myself as almost marketing adjacent because people understand that, where you're bridging the data and the creative. As we're developing these strategies, it's all about building that bridge and trust the creative folks that whatever we come up with strategy-wise, they will make it match the brand and make it look awesome. We just need to build the road.
Somebody said on it why earlier. So that's the question. All numbers could be anything, but the next is, so what? So what are you supposed to do next? And that's where we're really trying to focus on what is our technology to match different consumers and understand loan officers and how they come to our site to make sure that if you're searching or if you're doing some type of indicator, you get from point A to point B much faster, because the longer that you are then being confused on what your website experience is, the drop of fall off goes, and we may lose that consumer. Because once we get them there, we have to understand how to keep them there. And that's really the important thing from another trust perspective, is we need to provide content based on what you are doing on our site to be able to give you what you need. We don't want you to go on Google or anything like that to search it, because that is what habit is. But with consumer perception now being very confused with the rates and everything going on, we use content and loan officer communications to continue to build that trust.
And some of the technology is great, but technology for technology's sake leads to a broken customer experience. So making sure that we give them the tools that if they want to self-serve that experience as they're researching and applying, they can do that. But as soon as they want a human interaction to answer those more difficult questions, especially in a tight purchase market where that frustration can happen as you're like putting in 10, 11 offers and you still don't have that dream home, having that personal connection there so that we're there for the customer when they need it.
It just continues to go back to, as we build our technology stack and use Activate and understanding what we're doing, our job from a corporate perspective is to give our loan officers as much data as they can handle to be able to make what they're really good at doing, which is securing loans and being financial, looking out for their consumers to be financially successful. Because I'm pretty sure we talk about it as anybody could have sold anybody a loan in the last 2 years.
Right.
But now it's where relationships and trust and good loan officers and understanding what the future is for your consumers is really going to shine. And that's where we all think that we are in a very positive position going forward.
Right. And just supporting some of that finesse amongst the sales team. The ones that are really good in a tougher market of maintaining those relationships. So what can we do to support them in what they're already really good at? For us, that's not throwing every vendor relationship and every vendor tool into the mix. There are some things that we're building internally just because we can't find that perfect partner, that silver bullet. So being very selective with the tools that we're using to surface those opportunities to the field. And that's where Activate has become a key component for us.
And that's CrossCountry Mortgage in a nutshell, quickly.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you.